Hello everyone. In this video we're going to look at transformations. Um, this one is mixed transformations, so it includes enlargements, rotations, reflections and translations, and they can be combined, so you might get a rotation and then a reflection. So in this example we've been given triangle A, B and C. It says that triangle B is an enlargement of triangle A, so there's B and that is an enlargement of A. So for the first part of the question it says, for this enlargement find the scale factor. Well, that's easy enough. So if we look at this base and look at this height, well the base is 2 and the height is also 2. Let's look at the base of B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's got a base of 8 and the height 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 also got a height of 8. I think it's fairly straightforward to say that we are multiplying the 2 by 4 to get 8, so it's got a scale factor of 4. So in here we would write a scale factor of 4. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to find the centre of enlargement. So to do this we look at each corresponding point of the triangle. So triangle A, that corner there, is the same as that corner there for B. So now we draw our construction line through, or from B through A. Okay. We'll do the same with this corresponding point and this corresponding point. And just, we can see that I think the centre of enlargement is here, but just to make sure, we'll just do it through the last two corresponding points. And that should, yeah, that absolutely shows us the centre of enlargement is here. So the centre of enlargement is -6, 3. Just be careful on the scales. So in here we put -6, 3. Okay. Now remember to leave these lines on here. Okay, they show you're working out. That's part of your working out. Right, it says triangle A has been rotated to give triangle C. So triangle A has been rotated to give triangle C. What is the centre of rotation? I'm going to clear the screen so we can do this again. Okay, so our second part of the question is triangle A has been rotated to give triangle C. So now we're ignoring triangle B completely. What is the centre of rotation? One of the ways of finding this is actually by drawing a line from one point to its corresponding point under the shape. Okay. And I'll just put that in the right place. Doing the same again. So here goes for a corresponding line. Now looking at this, it looks like the centre of rotation is 1, 0. I'll just do one more line to confirm. Okay, that final line does actually confirm it's 1 across 0 up. So we can write in 1, 0. 1, 0. What is the angle of rotation? So in other words, how much did I rotate it? We'll assume it goes clockwise at the moment. So if you look at this, if that was a north point, okay, its corresponding position would be here. So if I rotated it that way, it would be 180 degrees. So obviously it doesn't matter which way I rotate it in this case, we just write in 180. Sometimes the question will ask you which direction, and you will have to say clockwise or anti-clockwise. Okay, so it's your turn to have a go. Press pause in the video. When you're ready for the answer, just press play. Okay, so you can see that the base is 2, the height is 2 on A, and the base is 6, and the height is 6 on B. Therefore, your scale factor is a multiple of 3, so it times in by 3, so the scale factor is 3. Right, so I've drawn on the construction lines. We can see it goes through 0, 0, so the centre of enlargement is 0, 0. As you can see, I've drawn on the construction lines going to the corresponding points, and they all cross through 0, 5. So for this question here, triangle A has been rotated to give triangle C. What is the centre of rotation? I've drawn on the construction lines, and you can see that they cross at 0, 5. So in here goes 0, 5. What is the angle of rotation? If I look at this, if that was north, the flat face is north, the flat face now is south, so that is rotated by 180 degrees. So in here goes 180. Okay, so in question 2, this is about reflection and translation. So again, multiple transformations. So the first question is, give the equation of the line of reflection that maps A onto B. There is B, there is A. Clearly there's a line, a mirror line down here somewhere. So we have to state what that line is. Okay, so I think the mirror line is actually here. If I look at that, this point is 1, 2 away from the mirror line, and this point, the corresponding point, is 1, 2 away from the mirror line. If I folded it, this bit of paper, about that mirror line, B would map onto A, so that's correct. So all I need to do now is identify that line. Now if you look at it, look at the coordinates, okay? This coordinate is -1, 0. This coordinate is -1, 2, and this coordinate is -1, 4. All of the x coordinates were -1. It cuts through the x-axis. So this line is known as x equals -1. So the line is -1. So give the equation of the line, x equals -1. Okay, so the second part of the question, shape A is rotated through 90 degrees clockwise about the origin. Let's just get that sorted first. The origin is the 0, 0 part. We're looking at shape A, so it's this one here. Okay, so make sure we've got the right one. This one here. Rotating 90 degrees clockwise. Okay, so we're going from the north, and we're going to rotate that way 90 degrees, so we know our arrow should be facing this direction. So for this question, we're going to need some tracing paper. So I've got some here. Notice I've got the cross in the centre. I'll place the tracing paper onto my grid with a cross in the centre, and then I will draw on shape A. So I've drawn on shape A. Okay, now I rotate it 90 degrees clockwise, so I need to make sure that that arrow there is facing that direction. Okay, so rotate 90 degrees, and there we go. Looks like it's moved a little bit off the centre, so I'm going to put that back on the centre. So I'm a little bit off, and there is my L shape. There's my shape. So I've now got to click the squares to show where that image is. So what I would have to do is click each of those squares. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you would click onto 1, 2, 3, 4 squares to identify where that shape was. Now in order to answer the last question here, I need to clear this off, so I'll get rid of that first. So this final question says, give the vector which describes the translation of shape C, so that's C here, onto shape A. So we're going from here to there. Notice we're going on to shape A. So just choose one corner, one vertex. Find the corresponding one, and remember the vector is going in the x direction first and then the y direction. So here goes. It moves 1, 2, 3, 4. So it translates 4 in the positive direction for x. So that's a translation of 4. And it goes up again positive 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is a translation by vector 4, 4. Here's one for you to try. So it's exactly the same as the one before. So press pause. When you're ready for the answers, just press play. Okay, so here is the reflection line for mapping A onto B, and that line, as you can see, is x equals -1, same as before. So in here we're going to put x equals -1. So for the second part, I've rotated 90 degrees clockwise about the origin, and that's where the shape would be. And finally, the vector for the translation of shape C onto shape A, C to A. So you then choose one point, choose the corresponding point. Here goes 1, 2, 3 to the right, so 3 in the x direction, positive 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, positive 5 up. So that is a translation by vector 3, 5. Okay, so here's a more challenging question. It's got 3 parts to it. So part A said reflect shape P in line x equals 1 and label the new shape A. So press pause, have a go, and when you're ready to see part A, press play. So here is the line x equals 1, and there's the reflected shape. So the next step then, part B, is to translate. That's to move, remember, shape P, so you're back to this one, by vector 5 minus 6. That's 5 to the right and 6 down, and label that new shape B. So press pause, do that part of the question. When you're ready to see the answer to that part, press play. Okay, so that's the translated shape. As you can see, I've taken this point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I've redrawn the shape and I've labelled it B. So the last bit is you need to rotate shape P by 90 degrees anti-clockwise about the centre 0 and label the shape C. So press pause, and when you're ready for the answers, press play. And this is the answer to the final part of the question. So that's been rotated 90 degrees anti-clockwise about the origin and labelled it C. So this is the last one for you to have a go at. The first part of the question says rotate the trapezium, that's that shape there, T, 180 about the origin and label it A. Then translate it by this vector, -1, -3, and label it B. Press pause, have a go. When you're ready for the answers, just press play. So here are your answers.